Alright. Yes, it's exactly what the title says. I'm gonna go through my strategy, my skills, or what I like to do for each fight in this map to show you how to beat it. This is like my 8th time trying this. I can never seem to get a good mix between gameplay and my voice, but I just decided I'm gonna speak louder. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this first fight, hit the switch. You should grab these two bits of rockets here. You come down here, immediately grab armor and the rocket launcher, and you try and take the P as fast as you can. Now you come around here to this corner, shoot some of the revenants. If there's any surviving lost souls, target them immediately. Usually there are. Fortunate enough to not have that this time. And now you could hold serve in this corner for a while. And now you just make your standard horseshoe maneuvers. Not too complex at this point. Wrap around here. Actually, I need rockets, so come down here. Grab these rockets. It's 10 each. And that's this fight done. When you're horseshoeing, eventually there's going to be no more space to move, so you have to come up to that back area. Up here, I mean. And that's just sort of a feel thing. I don't really have a specific number of times that I horseshoe before I come up there. It's just a feel thing. You know, you're feeling really crowded, and you decide you just need to go up there. So that's that fight. Not too bad. Let's go to the secret fight now. And we try and talk over any noise. That's not supposed to be part of this recording. So yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Do I even have any? I'm supposed to have music playing. What a disaster. Let me flip on the foobar. There we go. Start over from the beginning. Oh, I guess this song. I love this one. So this fight. I'll quickly explain what I'm gonna do before I do it. So make sure you grab all those. So first you're gonna stay in the center here. Revenants gonna come out of there. Lost soul, or imps out of there. Those archviles are gonna spawn in the middle where I'm standing right now. Along with a cyber demon after a few seconds. Then cackles are gonna come over the edges there from the void. The arena is just gonna get flooded. There's gonna be no space for a little bit. What I like to do, stand here to block the archvile and the cyber demon from teleporting in. Fire a rocket at the imps. Quick turn. BFG, shoot. Back up so the BFG ball hits the archviles right as they spawn in. And the tracers also hits them. If all 3 die, that is ideal. It doesn't happen often though. If 2 die, that's good. Also uncommon. And if 1 dies, that's usually how many I get. And usually there's a vial trying to target you right after you BFG them. So try and lure revenant balls into the archvile so that way they don't zap you. They info the revenants. And then, right as that's happening, I'm gonna go grab the cells, start rocketing the imps, come back here, wait for a second, and then come back, rocketing, stop, BFG, and then I'm gonna come around here. There's gonna be a bunch of cacos here. I'm going to allow you 2 or 3 shots here. If it's very crowded, use a BFG shot on the cacos if you don't think you can get through there. If it looks like there's enough space to weave through them, then weave. And then there's gonna be revenants here, a whole crowd. The plan is to slit back behind them through here. That should be the path of least resistance. So come here and you just gotta BFG through them using advanced BFG tactics. So shoot one over there, tracers hit here, and then another shot or 2 to blast through. Then once I punch a hole through the revenants, I quickly scan this quadrant right here. If it's very cluttered, then I'll turn around and then begin making horseshoes. I'll begin the horseshoe pattern again, similar to the first fight, that kind of pattern. But that's if that's too crowded. When I quickly analyze here after punching through the revenants, if it's not that cluttered, if it looks like I could weave behind them, get behind them over here, then I will do that. I'll get behind them and then rocket through the imps here, completing the circle, and then I'll begin horseshoeing. and then, you know, SSG any enemies in your path. Any archviles that are still alive, too, try and SSG them. That's not a guaranteed strategy, by the way. You might get stuck on random enemies. You might get zapped by archviles in the middle of 1,000 enemies that somehow don't get hidden by anybody, and they just zap you, and you're pretty much screwed at that point. Or if a cyber demon's in an unfortunate position, you gotta try and reverse direction, and then you get slammed by missiles. And then the or also stray cyber demon rockets could also scuff your run. Anyway, let's just do it. I'll show you now what I was talking about. The whole plan coming together. He's gonna zap me. Take it. Never mind, he zapped me all the way over. There we go. Back up. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. This is going terribly. The archviles really are unfortunate. Weave. Okay, cyber demon's over there. Unfortunate position. Let's reverse. SSG. Horseshoes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, he's there. Horseshoes, SSG, anything in your path. That's a really big thing. SSG anybody remotely in your path. Okay, wow. Infighting cyber demon rockets, am I right? Go watch A1's video on infighting rockets. That was a close one. Alright, cyber's dead. Fight is won. SSG any annoying cackles that are flying off into the void. Just really SSG anybody be outside here. There we go. If you have some spare rockets left, you use them. Make sure you save 2, though. Okay, we need more shells. Let's do what A1's does. Hold on. Oh, I failed that. Finesse. Finesse. Alright. Platforming here. Not a tough fight. First, you gotta learn the platforming, so I can do that fast. Revenant's gonna spawn here, here, and here. Pain Elemental over there. Ignore him at first. Hit the switch, and you're gonna fire 2 rockets, take out that Revenant, and then at that point, it's just let skill take over. Just gotta SSG the Revenants and Pain Elemental. Easy peasy. Lower the Pain Elemental over here. I'm gonna SSG him towards the main structure. Sweet. There we go. Don't do what David A1's does. He likes to SSG the Pain Elemental into the void for some absurd, unintelligible reason. I don't know why he does it. It's not a smart idea. It just don't make no damn sense why he does it. Because the Pain Elemental will just infinitely fly into the void, spawning lost souls. Should really shoot him at this main structure, so at least, you know, he'll hit something relatively soon. But you know, that's what he does. Whatever works for him. So now, the box fight. 4 phases. First phase, Imps and Barons. 6 Barons are gonna randomly spawn around these corners here. With a bunch of Imps and Archviles that spawn here. I'll just show you what I like to do. So, hit this corner, Hit the switch while you're moving, get in this corner. 1, 2, 3 rockets. Okay, he is. Use the BFG. 1 shot. Now SSG. Stay here until you gotta go. SSG a path through the imps to each corner. Basically, circle strafe. There's archviles in the middle. You have to stay behind the corners or the middle of each side, so that way you don't get zapped to oblivion by archviles in the middle. Anyway. I already did that. Now I could rocket the Barons. I like to rocket them at these 2 teleporters on this side. Archviles eventually spawn on that one and on that side, each corner, so I like to kill them here so that they don't resurrect. There we go. You can always check to see if Archvile's zapping by looking over there if there's flames. Phase 2, 2 Revenants at each corner, and then a Pain Elemental where the Archvile spawned in. I like to use 2 shots here. So bait them, juicy shots. Here. Another juicy shot. And just rockets. So, not that bad of a phase. Phase 3 is also not that bad. Should have 100 cells here, enough for 2 BFG shots. So, 2 Barons at each of these corners, and then Archvile each at the others. So, just kill 1 in each shot around the Barons. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Dimension 03 is easy. And there is no cheesies. Only good strategies. Zool did a good job protecting against cheese. Oh yeah, so those vials get crushed after a while, they give you more breathing room. So now phase 4, if you're doing the Ancalagon route, which I am, I think most people are going to do this route, so... Cyber Demon spawns here, and here, and then 1 to block your escape. So, here's what I like to do. Switch, grab the cells, very key. Lure the Cyber Demons over to this side by quickly coming into this corner. Now we're just going to do a standard 2 shot on them. Now, once you get 180, just SSG this guy. You're going to be using 1 more shot on the exit Cyber Demon. It's going to give your exit ticket on the way out of class. Oh. Well, that's... let's pretend that didn't happen. I don't know how to do the reverse keyframe thing. De-stated him, so... I imagine he's still up here walking around. You just finish him off with SSG, you know, dodging up SSG. Also, grab this mixer here. Which, I didn't mention this before, but when you come to the box fight from platforming, if you have 180 health and armor or less, grab the Megasphere. If you have more than that, just don't bother grabbing it, save it. So yeah. Usually you don't get to save that Megasphere, but I'm a freaking Chad, so I did. Let's just SSG this guy. This fight. So I like to save 140 cells from the previous fight, so that way I could spam on this fight. This fight, it's very difficult if you come with 0 cells. You grab the ammo here, and you basically get 7 BFG shots. For 3 Cyber Demons and a bunch of Pain Elementals, very tight ammo usage. I carry over 140 from the box fight, so that way you can spam and you don't have to worry about placing your shot so carefully. So what I'm going to do here is, this is part of the A1's strat. Use 1 BFG shot here, take out these 2 Pain Elementals, come around here, grab the ammo, and the Cyber Demon and the Pain Elemental should be lured out enough at this point and grab the ammo and then come behind them and then establish a circle strafe. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Ammo, circle strafe. See? Not too shabby, not too bad. Spend all your BFG ammo here, don't worry about saving any for the next fight. The next fight, you'll have all the BFG ammo in the world, and you will not run out. We have good health armor, we could save that Megasphere. So now the basement, it's time for the basement. The most infamous fight of the level, perhaps. To me, the most infamous is Finale, but some people think the basement's the most infamous. Come down here. Alright, so let's set some rules and some guidelines for this fight. There's not a bona fide strat that'll get you through consistently. Here's some guidelines to follow. I'll talk about guidelines and then each phase a little bit. So guidelines. When you're going to be circle strafing here, there's going to be enemies teleporting each corner in the center. Always try and make the tightest circle strafe, always try to make the tightest circle possible. What that does is it keeps enemies on the inside from fluttering to the outside and clogging your circle strafe path, circle strafe lane. So always make the tightest circle. It also gives you the benefit of always being able to pick up cells. If there's enemies here, then obviously go around them, do what you gotta do to survive, but if you can, always take the inside corner. Second rule, Arch Vials. Arch Vials are gonna spawn at these corners in each phase, phase 1 and 2. You want to do whatever you can to avoid getting zapped by them. Getting zapped by them will it'll scuff your movement. They'll zap you into like a crowd and you'll get stuck and torn apart, or they'll zap you and you'll get hit by trailing Revenant rockets. And if you get zapped, your chances of getting boned go up by like 500%. So do whatever you can to not get zapped. If there's a guy behind you zapping, to hide here for a second. If there's guys at me from way back here and you're past the middle, then you just gotta get around this corner so that way they don't zap you from back there as quick as you can. Yeah, and another thing with the vials, if the opportunity presents itself, if you want to try and be able to one-shot any vials, so if there's like a vial here, be able to one-shot it, kill and one-shot with the tracers, then do that if the opportunity presents itself. So what does the opportunity mean? If you don't have like a Cyber Demon rocket shooting on your ass right behind you, if the vial isn't already targeting, I mean, if they're targeting, then leave them alone unless you could kill them before they finish their attack. It's a very in the heat of the moment, quick decision type thing, but you gotta seize the opportunities, kill the Arch Vials when the opportunity presents itself. If it looks like you're gonna get zapped, try and avoid it at all costs. But if you think you can get away with killing them without getting zapped, then do that. So yeah, let's talk about phase 1 now. I'll talk about another thing for phase 2 in a second. Phase 1, just do what I do. The guidelines I mentioned, follow those, and circle strafe here. Oh wait, probably saved. So, just spam, never let go of left click. Tightest circle. That's one loop. Once we do a second loop and get to the next corner, then Arch Vials will come in. So second loop, next corner. Arch Vials are going to be spawning in any second now. There they are. Kill them. Vial. Don't need to grab a Megasphere just yet. Our health isn't low enough. There we go. Let's grab a Megasphere now. 3 Megaspheres going to phase 2 is pretty good. So now phase 2, a pair of Arch Vials is going to spawn in each corner fairly quickly into the fight. Revenant's going to be spawning in the middle. You can mainly ignore them. Do the same thing, do what I mentioned with the Arch Vials before, the guidelines, the Arch Vial guidelines. Whenever Arch Vials teleport to the corners. Then after a while, Cyber Demons will come in, do whatever you can to avoid the rockets and get around them. Don't try and don't try and kill them, don't try and two-shot them. because there's going to be trailing Revenant rockets behind you, maybe even Cyber rockets behind you, or Archviles charging from behind you. Just try and get around the corner on these guys. And don't try and kill them. Just try and get around them. Try and avoid them. You could BFG them if you want, if the opportunity presents itself, but never slow down significantly to get around them. You could slow down a little bit to dodge the rockets. Like if I'm going full speed here, you could slow down just for like a split second, you know, like that. But you don't want to like turbo slow down. If I'm circle streaming this way, you don't want to like turbo slow down. He's firing. You don't want to be like doing that. You don't want to stop like that. You want to keep on moving, really. And then more Archviles will spawn in eventually after that, but at that point, you just kind of gotta go instinct, just follow the Archvile guidelines, try and get around. It's of utmost importance in Phase 2 to keep the circle strip going, even more so than Phase 1. That's the top guideline, and the Archviles and Sour Demon. But yeah, let's do this, so. Let's do 5 shots, and then the Archviles teleport, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's get out of here, coming in. So these guys, okay, see what I mean? Do every can to avoid getting zapped. Sour Demon should be spawning in now. Yep. Avoid them. Keep the circle streak going. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, if lanes get clogged with Revenants and Cybers like this, keep on reversing direction until things get unclogged and there's an opening. Archvile should be spawning in soon, yes. Grab the Megasphere, rewind, or reverse direction, I was getting clogged back there. Clogged there again. Through, just punch a hole through. There we go. Okay. Huh. Yeah, here's some clogged lanes, man. Alright. Looks like we got it. Pay attention to where you're going now. Sour Demons will walk to the outside. You don't want to run into them. Pay attention to where you're going. I like to land 2 sets of tracers on these guys. See, like I could have ran right into them. And use some mix of advanced BFG skills here to more efficiently kill the Cyber Demons. And boom. Easy peasy. Oh, I already said that. Next fight. I saved this Megasphere for this next fight here. We don't really need it. Also, load up on cells before you do this fight. This fight is free if you have 600 cells and good health and armor. I don't really need to explain what's going on here, just spam. Just spam an enemy and prioritize Archviles. So, switch, come over here. Boom. Kill that guy. Just spam. Don't worry if they're good shots or not. Just shoot in their general direction. There's a Cyber Demon, by the way. Now let's 2-shot his ass. That was a bad shot. Alright, cool. On to the finale. In my opinion, the hardest part of the map. Well, there's one part before it, technically. But yeah, 72 enemies. If you're trying to max this map, that's what you want going into the secret fight, the point of no return. Don't bother with bringing in cells, there's gonna be plenty of cells where you're going. So here we go, cells. What's gonna happen here? Oh, actually I'll talk about this later. This is phase 2 of the final fight. Phase 1, Baron spawning in, Kako spawning in. Not very complex stuff. Then eventually Sour Demon is coming behind the Barons. Anyway, just spam and try not to get hit. Make these oval patterns, I think, prevents you from getting hit the most. Naturally dodge most shots by making this pattern. Once you start to run out of ammo, refill on cells back here. Each corner there's a ton of cells. I kind of switch between focusing on the Cacos and the Barons. You want to keep the Cacos at bay. Cells. We're doing pretty good. We're realitying it so far. So you probably see Cyber Demons in the back now. Keep an eye on them. Once you get to this point where the herd starts thinning out, keep an eye on the... Yeah, see, Cyber Demon just flew past me. Keep an eye on the Cyber Demons. The Barons and the Cacos. Just keep making your motion, but focus on the Cyber Demon rockets. See? I got lucky there, I didn't even see it. And now just kill them. Oh yeah, sometimes this happens. This is weird. He's stuck on a thing. So, now, the final fight. You can do two things. The only cheese in this map, really, this right here, you could actually BFG these guys, a few of these guys, before you even get the fight started. So, you could actually BFG them if they're right up against this wall here. Eventually they'll die after a while. Let me try and demonstrate that. Okay, wow, that was an awful pattern. Needs to be right up against the wall for the ball to hit him. Wow, what an asshole. He keeps on going back right as I shoot. There we go, I hit him that time. There we go. But yeah, you could do that. And get rid of 3 at most. Usually you can only get rid of 2 or 1. We're not doing that though, we're doing this the Chad way. Another thing to note, so yeah, Cyber Demon's just gonna spawn there, simple as that. The Caco corpses are really irritating this fight. You cannot see the rockets of the Caco corpses. They come out of nowhere through the corpses and they'll ding you. So you have to rely on the firing frame of the Cyber Demon's firing animation to sort of tell when they're firing. And then you just gotta, in your mind, be able to sort of estimate where the rockets are flying and in what direction, and when they were fired. But yeah, that's not something you really consciously think about too much. So, I think this fight's very instinctual in terms of dodging. You just gotta be a baller, just gotta ball out, hit them with a stinky crossover, break their ankles really, and just BFG the fuck out of them. So, depending on how you did in the first phase, if you have less than 140 health and armor, if you have less than that, then grab the Megasphere immediately when you start the fight. Otherwise, you might get one-shotted by a max damage rocket, which you don't want to happen. It's depressing if that does happen. But if you have over it like me, then you don't need to grab at the beginning of the fight. You can afford to get hit by a rocket, which fortunately I have right now, which is pretty rare, but you know, just do it. There's not much of a difference in how you play the fight. It's just extra insurance if you have good health and armor above 140. So now the last thing to talk about is you want to try and land as many pre-fired BFG balls on the Cyber Demons before you start the fight. I found the max you could pretty much lay is 3. I know A1s tries to do 4, but I found the first shot you fire, if you're doing 4, it tends to barely do anything from in my testing. Doing 4, so 3 seems to be, you can get 3 good shots, good pre-fires going to land maximum tracers on the Cyber Demons, 120 tracers before the fight even really starts. So that's what we're going to do, and we're just going to ball out. Another thing to sort of do is sort of keep close to the Cyber. You don't want to be firing from back here, because otherwise your tracers, a bunch of them are just getting wasted. So try and play up close to them, not super close, otherwise you'll get splashed by cyber rockets that are hitting other cybers. So you kind of want to play a mid-ranged close, you want to play a sort of short mid-range game with them. But yeah, at the end of the day, very instinctual. Just gotta dodge well. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, quick turn. Now let's do this shit. to get low on cells. Back up. Oh, okay. Okay, that was pretty sad. I thought about the Megasphere, but you know what? Actually, let me back up a second. The extra insurance the Megasphere, you don't have time to look away when you're trying to grab the cells back here. There's cells next to the Megasphere. Don't ever look away. Always just back up and make sure you grab cells. The Megasphere, you know, you might be wasting it at that point, but that's not important. You just need to grab cells. Never stop firing in this fight, or else the Cyber Demons will be able to get, you know, they'll be able to close the space and eventually you'll have no room to move. So, yeah, let's try this again. Grab the Megasphere no matter what when you grab cells the first time. There's no time to be thinking about trying to dodge the Megasphere and not waste it. Okay. Grab the Megasphere. Now we're just gonna instinctually dodge, keeping track sort of subconsciously where everything is. Nice, the fight's okay. It's not almost over. There we go. And we're done. Anyways, that's the map. I'll probably be doing more commentator runs in the future. I just wanted to get one out with crappy audio, so that way I don't feel coy about doing commentated videos later on. And it's somewhat fitting that my first video has crappy sound quality, just like my streams have crappy sound quality. I'll probably use a mic in the future, but I don't know. I just want to do a raw, no rubber sort of first commentated run. So yeah, that's about it for the map. That's how you beat it, using kinetic strats, Ancalagon route, kinetic strats. Yeah, and see ya.